As we move into tomorrow, it's the start of hurricane season and we have a little cold front. So yeah, a lot going on with our weather for sure. Even though if you look at the 7-day, it looks kind of typical for summer, and that will be more the case into the upcoming week. Tomorrow, we're expecting humidity to go up a little bit, couple storms possible, and then typical summer weather as we get into this first full week of June. And we do expect a quiet start to hurricane season. We'll talk about that in just a bit, but no threats on the horizon for us at this point. I think we'll take it to start the season nice and quietly. 75 in New Orleans. You saw the dew point in the 60s. Earlier today, it was in the 50s, and our temperatures north of the lake around 70 or so. Tonight and early tomorrow, really nice feel. Not quite as dry as early this morning, but should be pretty nice for early tomorrow. North of the lake, you can look for lows in the 60s and about 70 south. And then tomorrow, high temperatures maybe just a touch above where we were today. A lot of spots today right in the middle 80s, 85s and 86s for highs. And then tomorrow we may tack on a couple degrees. There could be a chance for a few spotty storms. We'll talk more about that when I show you the model in a second. First of all, quickly, our local forecast for those of you joining us from Marrero. Nice feel, maybe a stray storm or two. High temperatures 87, 88. And if you're curious how long this lower humidity will stick around, not too long. Tomorrow looks okay. Again, a little bit more muggy than what we had today. And then Monday and Tuesday, still not too bad. But then you can see eventually that surge of moisture increases as we get a big high building in and then eventually weakening and allowing some of this moisture to increase. So precision cast for tonight, we're looking quiet. Now tomorrow, we're not expecting a lot of rain at all. I think it'll be partly cloudy, mostly a pretty nice feel. This is by 4 p.m. though, a shower or two showing up with our precision cast model here. And by 11 p.m. we're looking quiet. But as we switch to another model, this is the high resolution model. Now this one can certainly overdo things, but as we look into tomorrow, it has a little disturbance actually starting to drum up some shower and storm action. So 4 p.m. maybe a couple of showers or storms, and it wants to paint in a couple of showers and storms even into tomorrow evening after sunset 8, 9 p.m. Maybe a bit of rain, and then has it calming down and maybe moving south overnight Sunday into Monday. So I think this would probably be too much. The other one was showing just a few spotty or stray showers. I think it might be somewhere around the 20, maybe up to 30% rain chance for late in the day and into tomorrow evening. And what we will see is the trough that delivered that front moving away. Here's high pressure building back. It's not really super strong by the end of the week. It'll weaken a bit, so we'll be turning to a typical summer forecast. Hot, humid, highs around 90 or so, and a few daily afternoon showers and storms popping up and maybe helping to cool you off, at least in spots. All right, one day until the first day of hurricane season on June 1st, actually just less than a couple of hours now. And as we look at our tropical outlook, we're not seeing anything suspicious over the next several days. In fact, we will have some dusty, dry air moving into the Caribbean and likely into the Gulf. But I did want to point out, first of all, season names. The first, Andrea, and then Barry, Chantal, and Dexter. So you can see the names this season. Forecasters mostly going with about average or maybe slightly above average season, which would be 14 named storms or just a tick above. Now, you may have seen the GFS forecast has been drumming up a little activity here, and I'm just showing you this just to show you because you might have seen something on social media or something like that. This is way out. We're talking June 10th. It has been starting to form a little something. The European model has absolutely nothing for the exact same time frame. And I will say the GFS is kind of notorious for these early season, way long out kind of time periods to spin up storms that never do happen. So of course we'll keep our eye on it, but it is way out there, over 10, 11 days out. It doesn't bring it here, and we will just kind of have to watch everything just like we normally would, but way too far out to start talking about what might eventually happen according to one model that's been swinging back and forth. But again, sometimes on social media, people will put that out there. Make sure you have a good, credible source for hurricane information during this hurricane season. 7-day forecast shows the highs around 90, feeling more like 100, and slight rain chances in the forecast most afternoons.